I want to talk to you about our other type of specific immune response, which is called the cell-mediated response, also known as the T cell response. In the cell-mediated response, we're using two specific lymphocytes, which are called T helper cells and cytotoxic T cells. What I'm going to explain is how we activate both of these cells, how they interact with each other, and essentially what they do to help our body fight against infection. We start the process up here with our antigen presenting cell, which is a cell that has engulfed a pathogen and thereby displays its antigens, the antigens of the pathogen, on its cell surface. When an inactive T helper cell, which has the receptor specific to this antigen, when it comes up to this antigen presenting cell, it will attach to the cell, and by attaching, it will cause it to be activated. Once we activate our T helper cell, it will produce two cells. One is a memory T helper cell, and the role of the memory T helper cell is to remain in the body in case you have a second infection by the same antigen, and it will help your body to have a faster response and one that is of greater magnitude. The other type of cell produced by activating our inactive T helper cell is an active T helper cell, and essentially what it does is it activates itself. So our inactive T helper cell now becomes an active T helper cell. An active T helper cell, its role is to produce proteins, and these little proteins are called cytokines, and they're little chemical communicators, so cytokines. Cytokines activate other cells, so they could activate a B cell, but they can also activate cytotoxic T cells. Draw a little receptor on there. Once our inactive cytotoxic T cell becomes activated by the cytokines released from our T helper cell, it differentiates into two types of cells. It will differentiate into a memory cytotoxic T cell and the memory cytotoxic T cell will work with the other memory cells to provide our immunity. The other cell it produces is an active cytotoxic T cell. And this is our one that's going to help fight our infection right here and now. What an active cytotoxic T cell does, it actually targets infected body cells and it kills them. So active cytotoxic T cells kill infected body cells. The way they do that is they release specific enzymes which cause holes to form in the membrane of the cell and also induce apoptosis of the cell, which is programmed cell death. So there you have it, our cell-mediated response with our T helper cells and our cytotoxic T cells working to kill infected body cells. Just note the key difference between this and the B cell response is that this response targets body cells, whereas the B cell response directly targets the pathogen itself.